This is Karan, and I'll be presenting this article on how AI could help solve the privacy problems that it has created. As we all know, AI has been developing at an alarming rate and is being incorporated into many different aspects of our life, some of which we don't even know about. And to quote the article, the stunning successes of artificial intelligence would not have happened without the availability of massive amounts of data. In this presentation, we'll see what privacy concerns this has created and how we can tackle these problems, particularly using AI itself to do so. So let's begin with a little bit of background for the article. Here are the authors of this article, Zihuyan Chen and Arya Gangupatthai. They are both professors at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Dr. Chen has obtained a BS and MS from Fudan University, China, and a PhD in computer science from Cornell University. He's currently a professor at the Department of Information Systems, and his research covers the areas of data science, big data, privacy preserving, data mining, and data management, and adversarial learning in its applications in cybersecurity. He's published extensively in these areas and received funding from the NSF, Department of Energy, IBM, Office of Naval Research, and Department of Education. Dr. Gangupatthai, apologies for that, is a professor and the chair of the UMBC's Information Systems Department. His research interests are in the areas of databases and data mining, and he's currently focused on privacy-preserving data mining, spatial temporal data mining, and data mining for health informatics. His research has been funded by grants from NSF, NIST, U.S. Department of Education, and the Maryland Department of Transportation, and other agencies. He's published 5 books and nearly 100 research articles and holds a PhD in Computer Information Systems from Rutgers University. So, to set the scene for their motivation behind this article, they cover a particular study from the Brookings, where people of different age groups were surveyed on their opinions on AI. In particular, regarding privacy, the results showed that 49% believe that AI could reduce privacy. Only 12% believe that it won't have an effect, and a mere 5% believe that it would only make it better. The authors of the paper believe that the relationship between AI and data privacy is not so cutthroat, and that there is more to it. That the spread of AI raises a number of privacy concerns, most of which people may not even be aware, but that also AI can help mitigate many of these privacy problems. Now, there are 2 main ways in which AI has been contributing towards the privacy problem. First and foremost, artificial intelligence models are trained on huge amounts of data, which are mass collected and stored for extended periods of time. And during this time, this data is susceptible to data breaches and hacks, and if landed in the wrong hands, it can be detrimental. In addition, there is a huge lack of transparency in AI systems, particularly in deep learning models, since they're so complex and difficult to interpret, and this poses even more threats. This leads me to the next problem, which are revealing models. These deep neural networks are made of many layers of nodes called neurons, which are interconnected amongst adjacent layers of neurons. And each node and each connection between different nodes encodes a bit of information. These bits of information are created when a special process scans a large amount of data, and that's what makes these models so accurate. But sometimes they store too much information, leading to this effect where they can quote-unquote remember unaltered bits of data from the training data. And a cyber attacker who knows about this can use this to have the AI model leak this sensitive data simply by being a user of the AI model. And you can see how this is clearly very dangerous. And the article then moves on to ways in which we can tackle these exact privacy issues with AI and mitigate these problems. First is using adversarial learning of AI. These models are trained to detect malicious software and users. According to Verizon's 2019 Data Breach Investigations Report, about 52% of data breaches involve hacking. And by studying previous attacks and identifying how an attacker's behavior deviates from the norm, these techniques can flag suspicious activity. This is exactly the sort of thing that AI excels at, and by using adversarial learning, we can flag this suspicious activity. In addition, we can probe the vulnerabilities of deep neural networks with AI. Researchers have been showing how a single post-it note can be added to a stop sign, and that can trick an AI model into thinking it's seeing a speed limit sign. Similarly, subtle alterations to images that aren't even noticeable to the human eye, such as this noise that has been added to this panda image, which in the final image you can't even notice, has completely altered the way the AI classifies the image. You can see it was 57% confident that it was a panda, but after just a little bit of noise, it's almost certain it's a gibbon, which it's not. These vulnerabilities can be used to improve privacy because you can simply add some noise to personal data, and this could make it so that an AI system cannot be used against the personal data. For example, researchers from Max Planck Institute of Informatics in Germany have designed clever ways to alter Flickr images to foil facial recognition software. And the third way is to preserve data privacy when models are being built. For example, the Google Smart Keyboard doesn't come downloaded with a pre-trained model. Instead, it collects data on you, data of the way you type as you type on your smartphone, and it learns and trains the model as you use the app. This way, the data is only collected locally and never leaves your phone. This is called federated learning, and it isn't perfect since intermediate results could reveal some data about the device and its user, but the idea of federated learning offers a glimpse of a future where AI is respectful of privacy, and that data isn't simply shared with anyone. Now, let's quickly discuss the ethical implications of this. There's a utilitarian perspective to consider here, one that the article touches on, and that is, do the benefits outweigh the consequences? Do the solutions that can be made with AI make up for the privacy concerns introduced by the AI? A lot of these privacy concerns have always existed with technology, and they were only exaggerated by AI. And in the interest of the many, it's also important to consider who faces the consequences of these privacy concerns and who reaps the benefits of AI in general. And this leads me to Nye's second article, which provides another perspective. Rather than harnessing AI to tackle the problems it's created, this article discusses ways to mitigate these problems from occurring in the first place. I think it's a fundamental difference and is one that must be noted before considering the ideas presented in the main article, as it shines a new light on how we can tackle these privacy concerns. It's also a much more straightforward solution that doesn't involve the ethical dilemma of balancing benefits over risks. The article simply discusses ways to ensure that AI is developed and deployed responsibly, including ensuring that personal data is collected transparently and ethically, and also how AI algorithms can be designed to minimize the collection and processing of personal data in the first place. This is a much more precautionary approach as opposed to the proactive approach that was provided by the first article, and I personally believe that a combination of both is necessary to ensure that AI is respectful of data moving forward. In summary, we can use AI to both exasperate and mitigate these ethical concerns, and it's up to us how we harness the power of AI moving forward. Thank you.